Yo, fellas, what's going on? It's your boy King Dre, and I'm coming at y'all again with another one, man. Today, we're going to talk about how to stay emotionally detached. That's right, how to remain emotionally detached from women when you're dealing with them, man. I get a lot of questions, a lot of DMs about this, so I decided to make a video. Now, I already have a couple videos talking about breaking emotional attachments if you have one, but we like to stay on the offense over here. So right now I'm gonna get into how to stay emotionally detached, pardon me. That way you ain't gotta try to break attachments and all that shit. So but first, before I get into the ism, like the video, comment on the video, let me know what you think, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. That way you can get this good player shit fresh off the press. But let's get into it. So I'm gonna give you 5 things to do to remain emotionally detached. Let's get into it. Number one is talk to multiple women. Right, you have to talk to multiple women. If you talk, one is too, they all like the saying goes, one is too close to none. And if you only have one source of sex, one source of sex, or one source of pleasure when it comes to the opposite sex, you kind of become dependent on that. And when you become dependent on something, you become emotionally invested in it. So always talk to different women. Have your few women on the side. Spin plates, as Rollo Tomasi like to say. Or have your rotation, have your team of women. That way you can spread your time out. You know what I'm saying? You're not spending all your time with one. You only got one chick, and you depend on her for all your sex and all your feel good needs and all this shit. And all your time go into her, and the more time you invest in her, the more you're open to become emotionally invested. So always talk to multiple women. Also, man, when you talk to multiple women, this gives you the confidence to not deal with bullshit from one. So if one is tripping, you can easily replace her. Another way you get emotionally detached when it comes to women is, let's say you only got one woman and she starts pulling back from you, right? And this your only source, this your only woman. What's gonna happen is you're gonna get frustrated, you're gonna get angry, you're gonna start thinking about it. Instead of, if you had another one, you can just replace her or go to your other chick. But no, you only got this one. So now you're frustrated, you're confused. The confusion has her on your mind all day, thus stirring up emotions, and you start to become attached emotionally. So always talk to multiple women. Don't let nobody try to shame you and to into monogamy and all that shit. Date multiple women. Now, if you married, this ain't for you. If you married, I believe if you married and if there are boundaries as far as monogamy, then you want to protect yourself as far as not cheating and run the risk of having your shit taken. That's why I ain't getting married. But so if you married, I'm not saying go cheat on your wife or but talk to multiple women, man. Talk to multiple women. That's number one. Number two, stay on your grind, man. Stay on your grind. Don't stop grinding. Don't ever stop grinding. This this fulfills you, man. When you slaying the dragon, when you accomplishing your goals, when you own your purpose, you fulfilling your missions, and this type of shit, this fulfills you. Your grind and your purpose has to fill the void within you and not women. It's almost like we're designed to desire the opposite sex, right? Like we kind of designed with a void in us already. The female fills the void, right? So what you have to do is replace this with something else, and that's your grind, that's your mission, that's your purpose. So stay on your purpose. Never fall off your horse. If you do fall off your horse or get lazy or unmotivated and shit, get back on it ASAP, man, because what's gonna happen is, and I'm not just saying working a 9 to 5 and coming home. No, find you something to do that's fulfilling, preferably that makes money, because if it can make you, if it's fulfilling and it can make you money, it's you'll cling to it more than just going to play basketball. You know what I'm saying? So find you something to do that you love to do. You know, make it your purpose and try to monetize it. This way, you are fulfilled. And a woman's, you don't really need women to fulfill you. You know what I'm saying? When you don't have that void filled, then you use women to fill the void. This is another thing that draws up the emotions. You know what I'm saying? Because they're filling the void within you. You feel complete. And now, you know, you're emotionally attached to what completes you. You dig what I'm saying? So stay on your grind. Number 3, do not invest. We are, we are inclined to become emotionally attached to our investments. If you've ever played poker or ever visited a casino, you know what I'm saying. Like, I play poker, right? I used to play poker a lot, and I would see people when they losing just get out, like, will literally sit there and they'll become so attached to their money that they'll lose everything that they have right then and there, you know, because they start losing and they get into chase mode, trying to chase their return, trying to chase what they invested, and they'll literally lose every fucking thing right there. You know what I'm saying? When you invest, when we invest, especially monetarily, we become emotionally attached to it. You know what I'm saying? So when you taking a woman on a date, every time you spend a dime on a woman, I don't care if it's $1, every time you spend a dime on a woman, you're becoming more and more and more attached. It's not going to be at first. You know, some guys will buy you a drink and then they think they own you and shit. They already attached when they buy a woman a drink. But, you know, for most guys, you're not going to feel it right away. But the more you invest financially into a woman, the more you'll become emotionally attached to her. And this is something I learned the hard way, by the way. You know what I'm saying? From you know, helping my kid's mom out and shit like that. And you become like, how can I say this, man? It's like you want to see a return on your fucking investment. You know what I'm saying? You want to see a return on your investment. So when you invest in women, that's from loaning them money, taking them out on dates, buying them gifts, all that shit. You don't just, of course, you know, they tell you to do things out of the goodness of your heart. But when somebody gives you something, there's usually something, you know, like an agenda behind that. You dig what I'm saying? So, and it's the same way with us, with men. When we give a woman something, when we take a woman out to date, on a date, we're not just taking her out on a date just because we doing fucking charity work out of the goodness of our heart. No, we have ulterior motives. You know what I'm saying? So, and when you have ulterior motives, you want to see it through, you know? So investing in women, especially monetarily. Now, it's not just monetarily, that's emotionally, time investments, energy, attention. When you invest into them, now you have to give a woman, you don't have to give them your attention, but you have to give a woman a little attention. You have to give them your time if you want to hit it, right? You can't have cyber sex, you know what I'm saying? Or if you want to lock her in or you want a relationship, you have to give her your time. So, but you want to keep that to a minimum, you know, and keep your emotional investments to a minimum. Stop arguing. Don't argue. That's an emotional investment when you argue. And I'm not just talking about good emotions either. When I say emotionally investing, I'm talking about bad ones too, because an emotional attachment is an emotional attachment, whether good or bad. So you can become emotionally attached through anger or jealousy or insecurity, you know, those emotions as well. So it's not just love and happiness and peace and all and bliss and all that shit. So don't invest your emotions, especially the negative ones, anger, jealousy, insecurity and shit like this. You become invested. Once you become invested emotionally, then you become attached. So keep your investments to a minimum, especially monetarily. You know what I'm saying? That's number 3. Keep your investments to a minimum. If you can, your monetary investments, don't invest at all, because you're going, at the end of the day, the more you invest, the more you're going to be inclined to chase your return. And the more you chase your return, the more you're going to become emotionally involved in doing so. So that's number 3. Number 4, She has to play by your rules, right? Compromise is out of the window when it comes to this, and it's gonna sound crazy, she has to cooperate with you, man. She got to play by your rules and not the other way around. She has to compromise and keep the compromising to a minimum. What happens is when you cooperate with a woman, or when you submit to a woman, which you should never submit to a woman, by the way, but the more you cooperate, the more you do things in the realm of her frame or how she wants to do, the more you let yourself go. And the more you let yourself go, the more you become emotionally invested. I teach guys on the flip side how to get women to be cooperative, and thus, in turn, they become emotionally invested in you, and falling in love and shit by way of cooperation and submission. The same applies to you. You know what I'm saying? So you want to hold the frame. You want to be the one in control and control the frame of the situation, and it's your way or the fucking highway. Keep the compromising to a minimum, because like I said, when you compromise and when you cooperate and you do things in her frame, you start to submit yourself. And once you start submitting yourself, you start to become emotionally attached to them. You know what I'm saying? This is something like a lot of dating coaches, they tell you, talk to multiple women and stay on your purpose and all that shit. That's fine and fucking dandy, but this is right here is very important. You control the frame. You the boss. My way. I have a policy. It's my way or the highway, and I mean that. When I deal with women, my way or the fucking highway. Period. You know what I'm saying? I may compromise a little here and there, but compromising with women and cooperating with their frame and their needs and their desires and all of that shit is very fucking dangerous, because every time you do, like I said, you let yourself go. And when you let yourself go, you start to become emotionally invested, and you start to become emotionally attached to that. You dig what I'm saying? That's a form also of investment. You know what I'm saying? Letting yourself go, giving and cooperating and shit like that. You start to, emotions come with that. You know what I'm saying? So that's number 4. She got to play by your rules, and don't be scared, man, to stand on this and stand on your principles. There are women, if you got your game tight and your shit is, your shit is on point, there are women who will rock with you, man. Most women will rock with you. They cool with, playing by your rules. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't want to play by your rules, find you somebody else, but don't be scared to stand on this. Don't be scared to tell women, no, I don't want to do that. That ain't what I want to do. We're going to do this how I want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Don't be scared to be like that. I know a lot of y'all are timid and scared to rock the boat. Don't be, man. You know what I'm saying? Number 4 again, that's, she has to play by your rules. She cooperates with you and submits to you, not the other way around. Number 4. Now, number 5. First, before I get into number 5, like the video if you feel in the game. Like the video and comment and let me know what you think. And also, please hit the notification bell that we can get it, the good ism, the good player shit fresh off the press. And share the game. We got to grow the channel, man. We want to spread the word. Like I keep saying, playerism is the only antidote to feminism. You dig what I'm saying? We got to spread this ideology. So help me out on this mission. But anyway, let's get back into it. Number 5. Stop fantasizing. Pay attention to this. This is very important. Stop fantasizing and creating missions based on her. King Dre, what do you mean? What happens is when we meet a chick, right? When we meet a woman or we dealing with a woman, our mind tends to take us places outside of reality. And in doing so, we create missions like, well, I want to have sex with her. I need to make it my business to have sex with her. This is a mission. Or I want to get her on a date. This is a mission. You have to be careful when you do this. What happens is our body releases a chemical called dopamine. I know you've all heard of dopamine. Dopamine is responsible for addiction and love and all of this shit, right? Dopamine happens when you have a mission, right? Oh, I need to get something to eat. Your body releases dopamine that keeps you motivated and feeling good and pumped, right? When you finally get something to eat and you complete the mission, more dopamine is released. Now, and a large amount of dopamine is released. And the greater reward that you have that's unexpected, the more dopamine will be released. So how does that apply to women? Okay, you got a woman, right? You met a woman at the mall, and you know everything going good, and you say in your mind, damn, I want to fuck this bitch so bad. Damn, I gotta fuck this bitch. The excitement that you feel when you playing the game, and you know, on up until you know you're on the date, you can see that she feeling you. You know, it's getting you excited. You're like, damn, I'm about to hit this. I'm about to hit this bitch, right? And she looking at you. She looking at you good. She throwing you choosing signals. She giving you the sign that she opens. That excitement that you getting from feeling that is called dopamine. And this is happening because you made it a mission to do this, right? I'm gonna get more into dopamine and love chemicals and all of this shit in my new course. So y'all gonna want to check that out. But you know, I'm gonna keep it a little simple right now. But what's happening is your excitement and the feelings that you feeling from about to see your shit through, your plan through, is called dopamine. Now, once you smash her, right? You smash her, and then it's a bomb. More dopamine is released. An excess amount of dopamine is released, and it feels amazing, right? So now you're emotionally invested because you are associating the feelings. You are associating these good feelings with the woman, and it's not the woman, it's your body. You know what I'm saying? This is your body doing this to you. So that's another side part, another sidebar. You know, when you catching feelings and all of this shit, you associate your feelings with the woman, but it's not really the woman, it's your body doing this. So understand it. So when you fantasize and create missions based on the woman, this is what's happening to you. You can either stop doing that shit or learn how to counter that. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to know that, learn how to understand that these good feelings that I'm feeling, it has nothing to do with this bitch, and this is my body. This is my body. This is my body's natural way of dealing with reward and missions and rewards and shit like this. This is my body doing this. This is not the bitch. She's not special. She ain't some godly bitch that just can make me feel some type of way. You know what I'm saying? I've done this to myself. So that's how you counter that. Like I said, either don't do it at all. Either don't do it at all, don't fantasize, don't really create missions, just go with the flow and all that, or drive the car and don't really expect anything, or you understand what's going on with your body. But you know, that's that, man. That's the 5 ways that you can stay how to remain emotionally detached from women. You know, I know that was I usually don't go that deep with the game, but you know, I just had to throw that out there. And even that last one, see, a lot of guys, man, a lot of dating coaches, they not coming at you with the game on that type of level. These are especially the last 2. Well, the last 3, don't invest and play by your rules and create missions. And this is how you really get attached. You know, talking to multiple women, it helps. You know, staying on your grind, it helps. But you know, learning how to understand what dopamine is and what serotonin is and what oxytocin is and what endorphin and all of this shit, learning that and how when our body sends these chemicals to our brain and throughout our body, learning this type of shit, you know, learning cooperation and what happens when people cooperate with you and you get cooperation from her and that type of shit. That's the real shit. This is how you really become emotionally attached, and these cats ain't spitting that like that. So you know, but let me stop tooting my own horn, man. But you know, if you feeling the game, if you like the game, you know, subscribe, man. Subscribe. If you found value, subscribe, share it, share the game. Let me know what you think, man. Leave your comment down, share the game. Let's get it. Let's grow the channel. Playerism is the only antidote to feminism. So also, man, follow me on Instagram at get_free_game. My Attraction 101 course is available. Go get that. I'm gonna leave a link in the description. If you need coaching, hit your boy up. This is what I do. I'm very good at it. I've been dealing with women all my life. This is my life, you know, and I will change your life. The guys who have had consultations with me have changed their lives for the better, and not just with women, you know, and I can attest to that. Also, what else I got? I think that's it. Oh, no, that's not it. Patreon. Join the Patreon, man. My Patreon that's where it's at, man. I almost put this video on Patreon, because I was going into the deep shit. You know what I'm saying? But I decided to keep it, you know, on the regular YouTube. But like my text threads and, you know, me recording this conversations with women and, you know, real deep game, all this stuff is going to be on my Patreon. It's worth the investment. Invest in yourself, man, to get this good life-changing game. So I'm gonna leave a link in the description for my Patreon. But anyway, man, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. This is your boy King Dre. How to remain emotionally detached. Like the video, subscribe again, hit the notification bell. I'm gone. Appreciate you.